Well, it's done. The reconstitution of SCHD is complete, and today I'm going to share with you which companies are going to remain in the ETF, those that have been removed, as well as all the new additions to the SCHD party. Now, before we dive into loads of spreadsheets that I have built to share with you all, let's just do a really quick review. The annual reconstitution of SCHD takes place on the third Friday in March every year. There's no fund managers taking part in the selection of the companies. It's an automated process as it tracks the Dow Jones U.S. Dividend 100 Index. I'm going to leave a link to the previous video in the comments below if you want to get some additional information about the methodology for the origination of this ETF, along with the criteria to remain in the ETF during the reconstitution process. So, a couple of quick notes for you all that I wanted to share for what the criteria are for inclusion in SCHD. Now, as I mentioned, SCHD tracks the Dow Jones U.S. Dividend 100 Index, which doesn't include any REITs or master limited partnerships. Those companies are then screened for these three things: a minimum of 10 years of dividend payments, a minimum float adjusted market cap of $500 million US dollars, and a minimum 3-month average daily trading volume of $2 million. If the companies pass the first three screens, they're then ranked in descending order from highest to lowest based on their annual dividend yield. The top half are eligible for stock selection. The remaining eligible companies are then ranked based on their cash flow to debt, the return on equity, the dividend yield, and the 5-year dividend growth rate. The top 100 ranked stocks by score are then selected to be a part of the index. Now, a few more things for you all to remember. Within SCHD, no single stock can represent more than 4% of the index, and no single sector can represent more than 25% of the index. And this is measured at the time of index construction, so when it was first started, reconstitution, which is where we find ourselves now, and the rebalance. Are you guys curious? Do you already know? Do you already know who didn't make the cut and who the new additions are? Woo, it's so exciting. Okay, let's head to Google. Prior to the reconstitution, I went into the SCHD website and I downloaded the list of the current holdings that were still in this ETF as of 3/17/23. Then this morning, I went in and I grabbed the present holdings as of today, March 20th. And you'll see a tab for that also. So if you guys want to go through all this data, you most certainly can. And then I'm going to give a list to you of all the companies removed and the new additions effective today. So let's pop on over to the companies removed so you can see who actually fell off this list. And I think the most interesting to me was that IBM, who previously held the number 10 spot in this ETF, has been removed, and they made up 3.6% of the ETF. What you'll see from left to right is the ticker, the quantity of shares that were a part of this ETF, the percentage that they made up of this ETF, their name, and the sector that they fell within. So this information is going to be presented also in descending order. So you'll see those that are listed on top actually made up a larger percentage of the ETF. So in addition to IBM, the companies that lost their spot were Cummins, Prudential Financial, Genuine Parts Company, Hartford Financial Services, Omnicom Group, Cincinnati Financial, Principal Financial, First Horizon, Franklin Resources, Webster Financial, Hasbro, Jefferies Financial, Flowers Foods, Insperity Incorporated, Evercore Incorporated, Federated Hermes Incorporated, McGrath Rent, Stockyards Bancorp, Employers Holdings, and we're going to scroll just really quick, Safety Insurance Group, HNI Corp, Mercury General Corp, and Pet Med Express. Now, if we look at this list from the perspective of the sectors that they were all within that have been removed, we have one company that was in the information technology sector, 4 industrials, 14 financials, 3 consumer discretionary, 1 communication services, and 1 company that was in the consumer staples sector. So, anybody know what's getting added? I bet you want to know. Well, guess what? I've got a tab for that. Let's go to the new additions. And here's what we're getting. We're getting shares of AbbVie, UPS, Chevron, Blackstone, Ford Motor Company, Coterra Energy, Darden Restaurants, Packaging Corp of America, Robert Half International, Williams-Sonoma, Advanced Auto Parts, Huntsman Corp, Wendy's, Carter's, Cracker Barrel, MDC Holdings, Artisan Partners Asset Management, OFG Bancorp, Kforce Incorporated, Clearway Energy, and we're going to scroll a little bit more, bear with me, Stewart Info Services Corp., Hanmi Financial Corp., Guess Incorporated, Ennis Incorporated, and Central Pacific Financial Corp. Now, if we break this down by sector that these companies each fall within, we're adding 1 company, AbbVie, in the healthcare sector, 4 industrials, 2 in the energy sector, 6 companies that fall into the financial sector, 9 in consumer discretionary, 2 in the materials sector, 4 barking dogs, and 1 in the utility sector. Okay, so let's take a peek at the new and improved, maybe improved, I don't know what you guys think, SCHD after the Reconstitution. So we'll start with our top 10. We've got Broadcom, Cisco, Texas Instruments, Verizon, Pepsi, Lockheed Martin, Merck, Coca-Cola, Home Depot, and now in the 10th spot is BlackRock Incorporated. So let's take a peek at the rest of our holdings now within SCHD so you guys can get the full picture. Like I said, I'll leave a link to this Google Sheet in the description below and in the comments so that you guys can peruse to your heart's content, do any of your own research that you would like, but I just want to make sure that you had it available to you as I kind of had some fun going through this. Here, as we're moving to the end, you can see all of the new additions are listed at the end. The percentage of the assets has not yet been put forth, so we'll see what that looks like probably in the next couple of days. Okay, lay it on me. What do you think of the Reconstitution of SCHD? Please leave me a comment below. Are you surprised by any of the new additions? Are you sad by any of those that have been removed from this ETF? Let me know what you think. And also let me know if you want us to dive in a little bit further on any of the new additions to SCHD so we can take a peek at some of their dividend metrics. Let me know your thoughts and go and take a peek at this video next.